always know where I'm headed, but I always find a way to keep going. Roll with me.
Peace and good morning, everyone. My name is Olivia. Welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I want to talk about something that I think we all face at some point, and that is you can do everything right and still things can go left. Life does not always go according to plan, even when you're putting in your best effort, right? It's frustrating, and yeah, it's frustrating. But here's the thing, it's not about perfection. It's about how you adapt and adjust when things don't go the way you thought that they would go. Yeah. So I'm sure you've had those moments where you've worked hard, followed all the steps, and still ended up facing unexpected challenges. And honestly, it happens to all of us. And this particular video was inspired by my favorite person who inspires a lot of these videos. It's my daughter, Journey. And I'm going to, I guess, share this story to show you how I had to adapt to a situation where everything didn't go as planned. Okay, so just a little background. Today is Monday, January 6th. The kids officially went back to school. They were home for Christmas break, winter break, whatever you want to call it. So all the kids, well, yeah, the kids were home for 2 weeks. And so I still had to work and do all the things, but also balance out my time with Journey. And I can honestly say I had a good time. I enjoyed her. I enjoyed all the kids being here. I enjoyed family visiting, right? I had to accept that my routine was off. Well, last night, I managed to get Journey's hair retwisted, which is an adventure because she doesn't like to sit still sometimes. I had her outfit laid out, made sure her backpack had all the things she needed, and I even got her to bed on time. I'm talking about bath, story time. She asked for story time. She was like, "Oh, can we read our legend book?" I was like, "Yes, absolutely. One book tonight." And I mean, I'm talking about on time, right? After 2 weeks of being spoiled and out of her routine, and we were chilling. So if you're a parent, you know that's a win, right? Like, it is a win. And I was feeling pretty good about it all, thinking, all right, I got this. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing life right now, right? So around 4 a.m., I woke up as usual. And that's when I realized that Journey was up, right? Like, up in my bed looking at me, and I'm like, how long has she been up? And I noticed that her hair was undone because I had styled it into like a little lock updo. It was so cute. Her hair was undone, and she had my phone and she was watching something on YouTube. I don't know what she was watching, but she had my phone. So I'm like, oh my God, it's 4 a.m. And I don't know how long she's been up, but I know that her bus comes at 7 o'clock. And she's getting on it. And I'm not gonna lie, I was upset. I was frustrated because I'm like, I did everything right. I prepared. I did everything I need to do to get her back on her routine. I did it all. And all of that felt like a gut punch, right? I mean, I can laugh about it now because, I mean, that's just life. But in the moment, I was like, man, this is some BS, right? And I was also worried about how that would impact her day at school. I'm like, I want to low-key text the teacher and say, look, I'm sorry, I tried. I don't know if she's going to doze off, like all the things. But it is what it is. There's nothing I can do to go back and change it. I can't rewind time and say, okay, I'm going to make sure she stays asleep. It's just what it is. And I mean, like I said, that's the reality. Life doesn't always follow a straight path. And no matter how much we plan, no matter how much we have everything lined up, we do our absolute best, and you're still going to face unexpected challenges or situations that just don't go the way you envision, right? And it's easy to get frustrated and feel like you failed, but that's not the case. You didn't fail. You didn't fail. I didn't fail. This isn't a fail, right? Life throws curveballs, and that's okay. What matters is how we react in those moments, how we adapt, adjust, and move forward, right? So how do you deal with these moments when things don't go as planned? Well, the first thing to remember is that it's not about what went wrong. It's about how we adjust and adapt in the moment. And one of the biggest things I'm learning, because sometimes I have friends and coworkers, if I talk to them about some of this stuff, this is the one thing they tell me: to give myself grace. Because there's no point in stressing or beating myself up over something that didn't go as expected. I mean, life happens, and it's about finding the best way to move forward, even when things go a little sideways. I did write down a few things that helped me when life throws me off course. And I'm going to share them with you. So the first thing, is to acknowledge the situation. Acknowledge what happened. It's okay to feel frustrated, disappointed, or even angry. You've invested energy into doing the right thing, and when things don't work out, it's natural to feel upset. But once you acknowledge how you feel, you can move on to the next step, which is shifting your perspective. Once you've processed your emotions, try to shift your perspective, right? Instead of focusing on the fact that things didn't go as planned, focus on what you can learn from the situation. For example, with Journey, I had to remind myself that while the routine didn't work out perfectly, she's still learning and I'm still guiding her, and we can adjust today, tomorrow, the next day. We can always adjust. Which leads me to my next point. You have to be flexible and move forward. Adaptation requires flexibility. It's about moving with the flow, not against it. When things don't go according to plan, don't let it throw you off track completely. It's all about, it's all about taking the next step, no matter how small, and moving forward with grace. And finally, give yourself credit for the effort. Even if things didn't go exactly as planned, give yourself credit for putting in the effort. The fact that you tried and you did what you could is worth celebrating. We're all doing the best we can, and that's something to be proud of. So, Journey did get on the bus. She was happy. Things went smooth. And that's a win too. I can't worry about anything else. I have to take it one step at a time, 1 hour at a time. So what I want you to take away from this is this: doing everything right doesn't guarantee perfection, right? And that's okay. What matters is how we respond when things don't go as planned. We don't need to have everything figured out, and we don't need everything to go perfectly. It's about staying flexible, adjusting, and moving forward, with resilience. So the next time life throws you a curveball, remember, it's not about how many times you've been knocked down. It's about how you get back up. You got this. We got this. Keep going and know that even in those moments of uncertainty, you are strong enough to adapt and adjust. And when you do, you'll keep moving closer to the goals you've set. Like my goal was to get her on that bus. It's back to school time. It's been it's been a nice break. So that's all I have today. As always, I love to hear from you. Like, how do you adapt, adjust, shift when things don't go as planned? What's your strategy for adjusting and moving forward? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Feel free to drop your questions, comments, feedback in the comments below. And let's try to support each other and give each other some love, right? If you know someone that needs to hear this, please feel free to share it with a friend or two. And as always, I love you all. Until next time, peace.